7th, and I'm going to read the cards intuitively to see what's coming up for us in the way of the universe, and then we will discuss what is happening in the traditional meaning of the tarot cards. So I'm going to shuffle them a little bit more. And we'll just cut it a couple times. So last night we took some time to discuss our personality card for the tarot, which is when you add up the day and the month that you were born and the year that you were born, and that will give you a sum at the end when you add up those numbers, and then it will correlate with a major arcana card, and then it can kind of tell you about your personality, like who you are. And then we also learned last night, or I was teaching whoever was logged on with us, your year card. So for example, if your birthday is July 5th and it's 2019, you would add 7 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9, and whatever sum you come up with would tell you what your year card would be in the way of the tarot. So for example, let's add that one up and see what your year card would be. So if your birthday was July 5th and then we are in 2019, 12, 14, 24, so your year card would be the 6, which is the Lovers in the tarot, and that is related to the zodiac sign Gemini. So that would be about finding a relationship, falling in love, exposing yourself, revealing parts of yourself that you don't want to share with other people, asking for God or the angels for a blessing on your union. It might be the year of you finding a relationship or healing a relationship or fixing a relationship or mending a relationship, however you want to look at it. So that just gives you an example. So last night after we did the live stream, because we were on for a long time last night, we were on for like about an hour and a half. Instagram kicked us off last night. It actually came up with a notification that I've never seen before that said that they were about to shut us off. And we logged back on for whoever was willing to join us to teach those people that logged back on with us how to find out what their personality card was, and then how to figure out what their year card was. So we spent most of the evening doing math, really. I think we were on for perhaps like an hour and a half total, maybe a little bit longer than that. So if there is something that you want to figure out as far as your personality card or your year card, please send it to me in the DM on Breathe Inspiring Gifts, and I will take the time to figure that out for you. And that extra reading that we did was on the Instagram community. On the YouTube community, we only basically pulled 3 cards to discuss, and since we're new to the YouTube community, we logged off right after the reading, and then we spent a little bit more time on the Instagram community. So if you are part of the YouTube community and you're not part of the Instagram community, you can find us at Breathe, B-R-E-A-T-H-E, Inspiring Gifts. And then if you are new to the Instagram community, you can find us on YouTube under my personal name, which is Jenna Turner. So let's see what we are pulling this evening for you. So the first card that we pulled is the 4 of Wands. And I always say that when I pull the wands, W-A-N-D-S, that we're going to call them the 4 of Wands, like a man's name, J-U-A-N-S. So the 4 of Wands is usually about a celebration. It could be like an engagement, it could be a wedding, but this is giving me a warning sign that if you were starting to feel stability in a relationship that you hadn't felt in a little while, the card is reversed, which means something has changed. So for instance, perhaps you were just starting to feel comfortable in the way of a relationship, feeling like you were onto something good, things were starting to work out for you, and now maybe the relationship has taken a change. Maybe it's taken a change in a different direction that you weren't expecting, and things have become spoiled or sour, or you've become sad. it doesn't mean that the relationship is not going to work out for you. It just means right now, like, you're kind of misfiring and you're looking for a direction. Like, should you continue to put the work into this relationship, or at this point, should you be considering maybe calling it quits and recognizing that certain things are not working out for you? Maybe you have your best interest at heart. Maybe you have someone that you love's best interest at heart, and you are trying to take the more realistic or appropriate route rather than just staying in something that's not working for you because it's comfortable. Because there's a lot of warning that comes around this card. I would say that if this, so this is interesting, we're in November. If this is the case that you felt that you were supposed to be celebrating something in your life right now and that is misfiring, I would say that before the holidays things will resolve itself, so that whether you repair the relationship or decide to end the relationship, it's going to happen before Hanukkah and Christmas and winter solstice. So you will have some resolution about this relationship by then. So figure before December 21st, you will know which direction you're moving in. The second card that we pulled is the Page of Cups. What I'm feeling intuitively about this card is that you are probably involved in a relationship with something or someone that tends to be very emotional, and they don't really feel like they have their emotions in control right now. They feel like they're kind of emotionally out of sorts, if you will. Also, what I'm feeling about this card is it's probably linked to maybe you're a water sign, or the person you're in a relationship is a water sign. It's probably linked to somebody who deals with emotions much more differently than you. Just know that there will be a resolution regarding this issue and this matter as well, much sooner than the first card that we pulled. It is Wednesday, and it is the 7th of... This always happens. I always goof on my Instagram, on my YouTube channel. Dang it. This always happens. It is the 7th of November. And so for those of you that are in my Instagram community and wondering what's happening, I do this every night. I lean my cell phone against my laptop and I always goof on the YouTube channel. Okay, so the third card that we pulled is the Two of Wands, and it's forward facing. By the way, the first two cards we pulled were minor arcana cards, and they were both reversed. So that just means that something has changed. The third card that we pulled is actually a really beautiful card. If you are working on a relationship, this seems like all three cards are about a relationship. The third card that we pulled is the Two of Wands, the Two of J-U-A-N-S, and it's all about finding stability and strength in the relationship that you're in. Probably right now a relationship with self, healing whatever emotional pain you've been going through, whatever spiritual thing that you're lacking in your life, and any physical ailments that come from that emotional pain, because a lot of us don't recognize that our physical pain is usually a manifestation of emotional imbalances. So maybe right now you're focusing on working on yourself and recognizing that you can't give from an empty cup. I always refer back to the same saying. I actually just said it today, not that long ago, that it's like taking an oxygen mask for yourself. So you're assisting yourself before you can help those around you. Maybe typically or generally you're a person who likes to help other people, and that's a wonderful thing, and it can really be a wonderful thing as long as you're not letting people deplete you. Maybe it's your natural nature to just want to help other people, and that's beautiful. But right now you're recognizing that you're trying to find a direction to move in where you are in a healthier mindset. And this frame of mind is about grounding yourself, understanding where you're coming from, understanding what you need to correct, so that you can create a relationship built on like the proper way to love somebody, not just loving somebody because they're in front of your face, or because it's convenient, or because, you know, you may think that you haven't met somebody else like this person, they won't be replaced. Chances are, when you realize there are 7.7 billion people in the world, I assure you that if you're caught up over some relationship that you think cannot be repaired or you cannot live without this person, you are probably 100% incorrect, because there really are 7.7 billion people in this world, and chances are you probably would fit like a glove with anybody other than somebody who's toxic for you. So right now, take this time to focus on yourself, fix whatever it is that you need to fix, because if you keep showing up in every relationship as the same person, and those past 3 relationships or 2 relationships have not worked for you, if you haven't taken the time to heal yourself or fix yourself, then you're going to continuously show up as the same person. Actually today, earlier this morning, I posted something on my personal page about a discussion that I had with my friend last night. I was saying, like, I said to my friend, name 3 things in a relationship that you're really good at, and then name 3 things in a relationship that you're really bad at, in whatever order, whether you want to do bad first or good first. And I said to my friend, when my friend was done, I said, okay, so here I go. This is my turn. 3 things that I'm really bad at a relationship are, and 1, 2, and 3 flew out of my mouth. And my friend said, well, name 3 things that you're really good at in a relationship. And I could only get to 2 things. And I said to my friend, wow, I can't even think of the 3rd thing. And my friend said, well, that's really good growth, because you're recognizing the things that you're bad at, rather than saying, I'm good at this, but, you know, maybe you're not really good at that. That's just your ego saying you're good at that, right? So I said, well, that's really a shame, because I can't even think of the 3rd quality that I'm good at in the way of relationships. And my friend had to help me. And my friend kept saying things that were similar to 1 and 2. So I'm like, no, it's kind of the same thing. So why I'm sharing that with you is, if you continuously show up in relationships as the same person, and you're not, you know, calling your shit out on the carpet, or calling it out into the universe, and recognizing what faults you have and how you're going to repair them or recognize them, so that you can move forward in a new relationship with new tools and a new attitude, and adjusting what hasn't been working for you, then every relationship from here on out, you're basically just asking for some imperfect person to show up to accept you as you are. And the fact of the matter is, we can all be stimulated and grow through relationships that challenge us, right? So if you're not willing to challenge yourself, how are you going to manifest a relationship where someone is going to challenge you? Chances are that you're going to be really, it's going to be really difficult to find that in someone else. So the 2 of Wands is about being in a better place and recognizing all that you might have to offer, but more so showing up for yourself before you worry about showing up for somebody else in the way of a relationship. So the first card that we pulled is the 4 of Wands in reverse. And the second card we pulled is the Page of Cups in reverse. And the 3rd card that we pulled is the 2 of Wands in forward facing. So in the way of the tarot, in the authenticity of the tarot, every reader is a little bit different, but in the authenticity of the tarot, the 4 of Wands is usually about finding stability in the way of which direction do I want to move in. The Page of Cups is being new to experiencing your emotions, maybe embracing your emotions and being new in the way of how are you going to deal with those emotions. And the 2 of Wands in forward facing traditionally is a union, a relationship, growth, and recognizing which direction you want to move in. So that is our 3-card tarot card reading with our classic Rider-Waite tarot deck. Again, today is Thursday, November 7th. And to our YouTube community, I thank you for logging on and checking out our video.